Hello there, Site 42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation community. And as always, welcome to another Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director of Site 42, as well as Head Containment Specialist. And as always, I open my door to you guys, the SCP Foundation staff members, once a day for damn near 7 months straight. The daily streak continues strongly to answer your questions about the inner workings of the SCP Foundation. Now, whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who are really, really salty, just so upsetty spaghetti about the whole containing thing, I swear to 343 only because he's a false god that we don't actually believe in. And of course, hypothetical contained procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview. Perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. I'm here for the next approximately 90 minutes, 1.5 hours, to answer your queries about the Foundation. Now, several of you are saying the same thing, which is a coffee break at 7:45 p.m. California time where you are stationed this late at night and you want to have coffee. Listen, even if I were one of the ADHD autism fam who find caffeine to be a sedative rather than a stimulant, which I'm not, they can enjoy that as they will. No, I just got shit to do tonight. Do you know how much is going on? Do you know what tests we are running this very evening? No, you must not, because if you knew, you would not question my caffeine intake or any other mood-altering substances that are keeping me sane throughout tonight's very important tests. T-Bird and Ribiasin, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Meanwhile, Desk, I'm glad you're here and ready for action. Also, are you, in fact, a Pokemon? In that you just... Desk. That's just the first message I saw from you, and it was, in fact, you saying your own name like a Pokemon. That is what we are doing here. Now, furthermore, some housekeeping before we begin with the subjects. A. Forest Eye. Congratulations on being the most punctual chatter. Congratulations that no matter what time of day it might be, you are currently the first chatter. Meanwhile, King of ADHD, Amber, Dr. Puppeteer, Titan, Born, Bernard, Researcher Last, Puppet Boy, Low Key, Colored marker Sis Oliver. Everyone who I am, Dr. Darkstar. No, do not worry, Dr. Darkstar. The streak remains strong. You think I'm going to give up this many days from 7 months? You got another thing coming. Yes, everyone who I have just named, thank you for being exceptionally punctual, and thank you for being members of Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Furthermore, Yuki Akuma, Bayverse Prime, Lone Opal, and Darkness Meets the Light. Welcome to stream. Thank you for being punctual, and thank you for being here just for being you. I'm sorry, I had more things to say. And low-key, is this day 6 or 7? 6 or 7? I don't know. Yes, all of you. You get permission for one time for the 6-7. Colonel Marker, I'll get to you in a minute. I am so trapped in a glass case of emotions, and you guys are giving me a lot of energy. And yes, Desk, you bear it, and you grin while you bear it. How evil the grin is, I do not care. Just grin and bear it. Okay. Let me attempt my best regrouping. Loki, thank you for your incredibly generous donation. Right here at the start of stream, which is either the 6th or 7th day in a row. I think it's the 6th day in a row, but honestly, I did the 6-7 joke as a meme because that is how hard you hit me, low-key. You low-key hit me so hard that I went for the 6-7 joke. I didn't have the power to resist it, Bayverse. How could you resist it when Loki has been this generous either 6 or 7 days in a row, and I can't remember right now? I just... Loki, thank you for your continued intense generosity. I give a man a moment to cope. Okay, please listen. Listen, low-key, I'm asking you one question. Do you know what a burnt end is? Low-key, do you know what a burnt end is? I am waiting for low-key to respond with whether or not they know what a burnt end is. A burnt end, then low-key. Low-key, you do know. They are the most delicious. The crispy s'more marshmallow of barbecue. And trust me, you're the only person that the commissary will give burnt ends to tonight. So thank you for your nearly a week of intense generosity. These crispy barbecue marshmallows are yours tonight. Thank you so much for yours. Colored okay, I lied. I lied. If that's what colored marker system Oliver is, then they have also bullied themselves into that place. Yes. Yes, you can. I cannot say no. You are being so generous tonight. But I'll get to you in a minute, colored marker. Obvious liver system things. But before I do that, I have to answer Loki's question. Loki's question. Desk is a max level Pokemon. Dr. Sherman, this is your daily generous donation to the Fire Suppression Department. Inevitably raids me to persuade me to stop using all my foundation money on stream. They want me to buy food and water. Ew. You saw nothing. This pen was in my hand the whole time. Furthermore, listen, the Fire Suppression Department thank you for fucking them over. They have been in my shit for days, and we will not take it, and we will make a stand. Ethics committee, fight me. I'm lying. That's too much. That's not, no ethics committee. Just please make the fire suppression department not bother me, or low key. We got a thing going on, and you don't need to worry about it at all. I thought this channel was about SCP, not this shit. Listen, it is after dark at the SCP Foundation. You wait your turn. White name with a non-dono. While I do respect white names and non-donations immensely, and I will still support and answer questions in the chat, because thank you for being a member of Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codenamed the Signal Boosters, who are helping me to grow the profile of the SCP Wiki so we can support the SCP Wiki's authors, artists, animators, game devs, filmmakers, merch makers, etc. We're in a current predicament right now, and I'm working my way the best I can. Also, someone donates to you $50 and then $100. You take a minute to thank them. I think that's polite. Don't sass me right now. I'm in a glass case of emotion. Didn't you see the title? I'm already distraught. But we'll get to that, because when we're starting off the stream with this kind of generosity, the stream subject can wait a minute. Low-key, a reminder. Even I will stop you from donating to us if you are harming yourself. If you do this too many days in a row that it's interrupting your food and your work and taking care, I will not allow it. I'm just warning you. Please make sure you are taken care of. But that way, thank you. If you're doing that right, the fire suppression department will not put you out. Ugh. And yes, I imagine the desk has been well trained to the maximum level. If you know anything about Dr. Clef, you know that Alto is obsessive with his gaming. Fucking min-maxers. Terrible at the D&D table. But they're always right, so you can't argue with them too much. Now, furthermore, colored marker system, Oliver. Thank you for your, again, outside the gate, 2 days in a row, crazy ass, generous donation. Yes, you do get the burnt ends with low-key. Hands down, thank you for your generosity. And thank you again and again, Jesus Christ. And by this, I mean specifically, let's say Uber driver Jesus, you guys get rides wherever you need, on top of. So, well, it's almost 11 p.m. for me, and I'm door dashing McDonald's to my desk at the Foundation. I'm hungry. I crave more McDonald's, not the Foundation stuff. Sorry, sir. Hey, I get it. The McMonald's only hits so much. Sometimes you need the real thing, and as long as you deploy the cognitohazard to erase the DoorDashers' memory when they leave, we're fine. We're fine. Jesus, take the wheel, please. Exactly, Tarleton Fox. Exactly. SCP-029-J, Jesus, take the wheel, is here for you. Man, now you make me want fucking bacon cheeseburger. No, I have a stream to do. We are late. We have things to handle. Let me catch up on the donos before I even talk about the stream subjects. Ace, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being the first donation of today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a Chicka Cherry Cola on your way past the commissary. Another stream, another spending spree. God bless Parks Canada for funding the charity known as My Wallet. Ooh, do you work for the parks? Oh, that's adorable. That's wonderful. The parks need workers. The rangers need support. Wish the United States of America would do that. then we wouldn't have to benefit so much funds to make that happen. Because otherwise, the Yellowstone would Apollyon us all. But that's just me being bitter about us picking up the slack for the fucking UIU again. Did you see me throw that pen and then catch it on the rebound? You did see that. You saw everything. Chasing Dreams, thank you for gifting 10 Site 42 memberships to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. Thank you so much for your generosity in building up the Green Name Army to help us win the battle against the white names. And of course, if you got a membership from Chasing Dreams, make sure to thank them for their generosity. You damn well better. You damn well better. Ace, thank you for your second donation of today's stream. Oh, and Ace, grab yourself some poutine at the commissary if you haven't. Boss, I hope you know it's 12 for me. Lol. Yes, today is a long stream, and once I get through the initial donos, I promise I will tell you why it's so late. There are reasons. There are reasons. Some of them are good. Some of them are bad. All of them exist. We're working on it. We're working on it. Also, why is the music so dead? Oh! When I very aggressively threw my pen and caught it like a boss on the rebound, it accidentally hit the mute button. It's fine. It's fine. It's all working. Yes, it is. You know what? I'm even changing the stream name. It is not Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, even though it is a shorter stream than usual. This is After Hours at the Foundation. Boom. That's right, it's an after-hour stream. That's why we have anomalous beverages. Jackal Valcoon, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself just a whole ass burrito. And like, the wider the better on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, I doubt you remember me, so I'll remind you. I asked about cross-testing Laugh is Fun and Cousin Johnny to reproduce their previous encounter. Read Funerals Are Fun on the database for details. Well, Jackal Valcoon, I don't remember your name or profile picture yet. I do remember your query, and thank you for reminding me thusly. And I will look at Funerals Are Fun really quick, which I am familiar with. I do know this story. In fact, I'm not even sure that I don't have a recording of this on the database here. I'm just waiting for the browser to catch up with my epic hacking skills. Funerals Are Fun. Yes, oh my god. I read Funerals Are Fun, an SCP tale, in 2017 for the channel. Which means be careful if you go back to listen to it. It is probably rough. That is an old reading. That is an 8-year-old story. Yeah. I still stand by it because even enjoying our old videos is a great way to see where we've been and how we got to where we are. And it could be inspiring for people realizing that, oh, you can make terrible things, but get better through practice. Please get better through practice. But okay, remind me, Brother Ross, Cousin Johnny. Okay, so, I'm going to say to your request to put together a Cousin Johnny Laugh is Fun secondary encounter. I am interested, don't get me wrong, but it's going to require a lot of resources to arrange a meeting of the two in one place. So, Intern Jackal, I look forward to your research proposal on my desk telling me how we can get both anomalies as well as a Foundation research team, you saw nothing. You saw nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing was seen. Nothing was seen. Oh, sorry, I really ought to tighten this up. Tarleton Fox. Cousin Johnny is a very famous SCP. It is this cicada entity that shows up at funerals and mimetically makes everybody do horrible shit to each other. SCP Cousin Johnny is 2852 for future reference. Now, coming back to the chat. Our last donation message before we move on to the subjects of the stream. Number 1, Flower Unofficial, Level 1 Researchership, newly minted. Welcome to Site 42 membership as a Level 1 researcher. We appreciate your membership and your service, especially the data you will collate to help us win the battle against the white names. So thank you for your generosity in joining staff and helping your fellow man. Okay, so let me get... Something's missing here. I need to refresh the browser. This is broken. Please show me the chat so I can make sure I've cleared all my requirements. Dark Duality, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a... whatever it is you need at 5 a.m. in Denmark, you grab it, okay? You grab it from the commissary. Whatever you need, it's 5 a.m. I hate that so much. Time zones between, the time between 3 a.m. and 8 a.m. doesn't exist to me. That is not a time that is real. Nothing good has happened then. Nothing real has happened then that can be recorded to memory. So whatever you need from the commissary, it's yours. Take care of yourselves for even being here right now. Ducky, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Ace, thank you for donating 2 more times. I wish I could join, but I'm using a work computer. My worker would murder me if I saw another paid sub other than Netflix or Disney Plus. I meant manager. Listen, do whatever you gotta do to survive. Do not alert your civilian job to your work with the Foundation. Side hustles are needed. The economy is terrible. Do not let the civilians into our scenarios. They live in the light. We die in the dark. And so Ace, keep them in the dark, whatever it takes. Nurse Ratchet, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Get yourself a hot link on your way past the commissary. Are there any medical SCPs? I think I might be sitting next to one in my morning meetings. There are a lot of medical SCPs. Some make you healthier, some make you way less healthier. Some replace your organs with yarn replicas that somehow work. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. There's a lot of them. Chasing Dreams, thank you for your first donation as well as gifting memberships. Make sure to grab yourself a pulled pork sandwich on your way past the commissary. Well, you're welcome. I am an SCP that wants to help you, Doctor. Hey, anything that helps us maintain the veil is a positive. The civilians don't need to know what we're doing out here in the dark. It would only upset them. And in fact, some of our stream subject will be very clearly about that. And so let me very quickly cover my stream subjects. First of all, the only bad of the day, the only bad reason why I am currently contained within a glass case of emotions. Some of you in this chat may be fans of a form of media known as movies. And some of you also might be of the class of people known as gamers. And of those of you who the Venn diagram of movies and games intersect, you may or may not be familiar with a fellow YouTube channel on this platform known as Movies with Mikey of the YouTube channel FilmJoy. Now, Mikey Newman, the head creator, but not the full creator, he has a team. But Mikey Newman's claim to fame is, besides working on the team that made the Borderlands games, which a lot of people are really snooty about, but those games are frickin' fun. I'm sorry, lowbrow humor has its place. I'm sorry, don't disrespect the vaudevillians who cater to the lowest common denominator. Sometimes lowbrow art is fun, and a handsome Jack is hilarious, objectively so. And I will fight anyone who looks down on me for enjoying the Borderlands games. Furthermore, Mikey Newman was on the team, and he also likes movies. He is one of those gamer movie types. And he has a channel here on YouTube called Movies with Mikey. He has a team, friends doing it, FilmJoy. And they have a movie series called Movies with Mikey, which, if you are an appreciator of art, which I am, because I literally make content about an arts community, the SCP Foundation community. I might be a fan of arts a little bit. Just don't judge me. A little bit, I like the arts sometimes. But Mikey's essays about video essays about movies are sublime. They have a kind of insight that is rare on this platform. An energy, an insight, a knowledge, and a sauce. Sometimes you just can't deny the sauce. And my man's gone through it. Very big medical issues, very big housing issues. And this past week announced that the channel is slowing down because he has to get a real job, because the channel didn't get enough support, and because the detrimental life circumstances led to needing it. And I'll tell you what, my situation here, why him and why not me? I've written 8 SCPs. I have a long-term YouTube channel. He's been doing it longer than me. The guy should be okay. People who think about art on this high of a level should be okay. We need to make a society where people like Mikey can do their job, and their job is the breakdown of art properly. I'm mad. The man deserves better. The man deserves better. We all deserve better. Dead Poet Society. What are we thinking, Robin Williams? God arrest you. Bread Jesus only deserves the divine happiness and wellness Robin Williams does. We work because we want to live, but we consume art because we want a reason to be alive. Something like that. So I'm pissed because one of my favorite artists on this platform can't sustain their livelihood through their excellent, excellent art. And this is what we are here at SCP Foundation Site 42 for. It's supporting the SCP artists as best we can so that we can spread the wealth, engagement, all of this, so that these SCP artists can keep making their SCPs. In a Creative Commons community where artistic merit gets you looks, gets you upvotes, gets you, hopefully, book deals like Quantum got. Find the FNAF. While Mikey and FilmJoy are not an SCP community, if you signal boosters want to go check out Movies with Mikey, I would love it. Because especially watch his videos about the Cornetto trilogy, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. 3 of the best movies that have ever been made, and 3 of the best video essays about them. And furthermore, his John Wick videos. I bought a Fortnite skin and an emote song because Mikey put those 2 things together. Just when you watch the John Wick videos, John Wick skin plus all I do is win, win, win no matter what, you'll get it. And you'll agree with me when you get it. So on one hand, I'm very mad. One of my boys couldn't make it enough. And honestly, of the people who deserve to be making on this platform, that motherfucker does. But I can only be this mad for so long. I can only be this mad for so long. There were some good ones as well today. And so before I move on to the good, just let me say one more time, pouring one out for Movies with Mikey. They are still making videos, by the way. They're just not keeping a regular schedule because they have to get real jobs. But they shouldn't have to because their work is so good, they should get to stay active. But okay. There's good things today too. The good things. Oh God, 32 minutes into the stream. I ranted for so long, I have to apologize to Tao later. Okay. Anyways. They should have thought about that before choosing to be poor. Damn it, desk! Damn it! Oh. I'm even madder because I can't remember who said that right now. I know the reference. It's in my head. God, damn it. And that, of course, in this case, I'm damning them with SCP-5991, codename Vorjesus. Because, yes, they deserve to be swallowed whole and spend their time in a desolate, abandoned Jesus theme park after having consumed an entire Bible without condiments. That's Yzma from Emperor's New Groove. Thank you. Myself and my very good brain that came up with the answer there. Okay, but the other subject of this stream, and why I am currently in a glass case of emotions. I finished the goddamned anthology. And in that name, I say, I call upon SCP-4477, codename Cockblock Jesus, because SCP writers be writing long stories. They are cock-blocking me by getting in the way of my reading their stories by having so much words in their stories when I have things to do, anomalies to test. But okay, I have finished the anthology today. That is why this stream is so late, because I went to a quiet, solitudinous place and I locked in and I read the rest of the anthology that I hadn't read yet. So let's talk about the anthology. Anthology, where was I before today? So we can recap. Malkuth. No, stop talking. Malkuth. Symphonia Universalis by Afdoc Rector, which is, oh no, we turned all the planets into gods. That's pretty fucking dope. That is pretty universally terrifying. Great. Second, Yezod, otherwise known as, oh, we found an angel, and whatever we say it is, it becomes what we say it is. So that is just a pile of, ooh, now we fucked up and made the Gozar of our own destruction. We could have made it a Marshmallow Man, I'm just saying. Number 3 was Hod. Hod, otherwise known as, how many content warnings can I fit into one stream to describe the trials of Chrysophilus Marshall? That demon didn't have to fuck that succubus's eye socket, but it did, and we were all worried about it. Furthermore, number 4, Netzuk, otherwise known as the useless werewolf machine. And this is, oh God, the overseers are at war, and there's a whole bunch of fucking werewolves and wizards and homunculi fighting them. It's just violent. It's just gore. It's just wizardry. Still pretty cool, though. It's still pretty cool, though. And then there was Tipperith. Tipperith, which is, oh, what if we all look the same? What if we all turned into the same person? What if this one town, everyone turned into the same dude? But also, as it kept going on, it got worse. And then it got worse. No. No. Moving on. So, the last one I had read before tonight was Chesed, otherwise known as dry birth. And it's, okay, what if people are giving birth to dead babies, but the dead babies grow like they're living babies? And then one of the dead babies who grew up to be a dead adult gave birth to a live baby. What are you doing, SCP authors? And what else can I say besides agreeing with Derv in the chat concerning? So, in case up to now you have no idea what I'm talking about, SCP Anthology 2025 just ended last week. It was 10 articles. They did a nice organizational structure, theming them on the Sephiri of the Kabbalah, something or other. I do not know religion. I am sorry, and I do not mean to offend. But they have so many themes. And I had read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them before today. And that means I had 5 more to go. And by Jove, I fucking read them. Next up on the list, Gebura. Gebura, SCP-9880. This one, bananas. This one, bananas. I'm only giving short summaries because, spoiler alert, obviously I'm going to spoil the stories, but you should read them. So I'm only giving taglines so that you go in and read the damn articles. I read them, you need to read them. This Corner of the World by Philazu. SCP-9880. An Apollyon event takes place. The only places left safe in the world are trapped in thaumaturgic bubbles that nothing can get rid of and nothing can get out of. And the SCP Foundation, located in that singular city, has to keep everyone from knowing what's going on. Because what do? More than anything, more than protecting people, more than saving the world, we protect normalcy. And so when the entire world has ended, except for 10% of the world hid inside little bubbles, we make sure those people in those bubbles think everything's okay, no matter what. Article is crazy. It's good. Read it. Next up on the list, and by the way, I am knee deep in explaining the theme of the stream. So I will get to all donos and questions as soon as I'm done with the storyline here. So after Gebura, we moved on to Chokmah. Chokmah, otherwise SCP-9330. And SCP-9330, nope, put it back on screen, please. I'm going to be honest. This is the only one of the entire anthology I really wasn't into. But again, I understand as an artist that this piece, 9330, is well written. It is not bad. It is just not a flavor of things that I personally enjoy. So, what if some dead body was spawning a liquid at such a rapid clip that it could possibly flood the world? And if you drink it, which you might because it gets into all the water sources, then it makes you teleport to a hell water dimension where everything's awful? Doesn't sound great. Doesn't sound great to me. Honestly, I'm not liking the scenario. Also, I kind of really hate drowning as a concept. I can't play Subnautica for that reason. Also, there's a little bit of a... It goes between the clinical tone of SCPs and these really decadent proses that I couldn't really jump the gap for myself. Me not being able to suspend my disbelief, not enough for me to downvote the article. But a lot of people like it, and so maybe you will like it more than me. Couple more left, people. Couple more left. Next up after Chokmah is Bina. And Bina, number 8483, is my number one favorite anthology article by far. It's not even close. Bina, SCP-8483. Otherwise known as Machine, Learning, is a sentient AI named Scion. And Scion is number one best boy on the SCP Wiki. Scion, SCP-8483, is the best boy that the SCP authors have ever created, and I will fight you if you disagree. Derv, the littlest guy, the best and smallest being. We all know. Mid-Creeper, 1471 is not a little guy. It's a big fur thing. Not little guy at all. Try harder. I thought that was number one doggo. Number one doggo is not a little bean. Huskies, always large. Big boys. No, I'm talking about a little bean. So little, it's in a computer because it's an AI. A little bean, a small bean, a tiny guy. But also, our boy Scion has to contend with his mother taken away from him, being utilized by an awful billionaire cult leader who kills his subjects until the AI rebels and fights back and tries to start a rescue and unfortunately fails, which is very sad, and then spends an entire crash out wondering how he can kill his oppressor and running out of memory and deleting it to think of more ways to kill his oppressor. I am not saying an opinion. 8483 is the best little guy on the wiki. You can't argue with me. I will not allow it. But read 8483. It's my favorite little guy of the anthology for sure. Derv, it's a very traumatized bean. You're right. Okay, so 8483, obviously, that one I like. What's next on the list? We're coming down to the last SCP articles of the anthology, and we go to SCP 9987, the Keter, which is a white and shining fire as a code name. And right after reading 8483, I was like, oh man, this is my very favorite article of this anthology. What else can be good? And then when I DM the author, Tao Macaulay, who comes into chat very often, I told Tao, your article is my favorite of the batch. And Tao told me that the next article was his favorite. The next article being 9987. And I gotta admit, it's pretty good. What if we were all trapped in space and then most of our crew died and then a random French artist teleported on our ship for no reason? And then our rooms of our ship started transmogrifying into caves and weird shit. And the moral of the story at the end, it's a real good moral. If I was going on moral, I would have to go with Keter first. I'm not going by moral. I'm going by little guys. But if I were going by moral, Keter might take it for me. So yes, please enjoy 9987. It is the author of my favorite article of the anthology. And now finally, the last of the anthology, which is Dot. And Dot, otherwise known as Kafka's Labyrinth. My guys, SCP-9423 was written by SCP Wiki admin Dr. Mann, who hadn't written an SCP since the 5K contest, and dropped a banger of an old school, technical, weird, opaque, what the hell is going on here story like you wouldn't believe. Just, you hit the end and you're like, oh, this tastes like Series 1. In a way that's not bad. In a way that's both nostalgic and well-crafted. Whoo, it's a spicy sauce. Damn fine. I was reading this anthology from the start. I was making my way. Some of the articles were very long. I had things to say. I had some annoyances. But coming to the end. Back to back to back bangers. Back to back to back bangers, my friends. So, you know what you have to do. You have to finish the anthology. Because, damn, does it end soaring. It does not crash and burn. It flies into the horizon forever. Thank you to the SCP authors. Thank you to Yossi for organizing it. Thank you for some good fucking food. Woo! Okay. So, that brings me to the end of the stream subject. I had a sad moment, and then I had a roller coaster of joy. I am currently securely contained and protected in a glass case of emotions. And so for the next 40 minutes, I will answer your questions about the inner workings of the SCP Foundation. Starting by cleaning up these donos that I've missed. Ace, thank you for donating God 4 more times. Let me get all these out the way at once. Thank you, Ace. All hail the desk of Alto Clef, destroyer of 6-7. Yes. Who would win? Dr. Sherman or the tree that won't fucking scream? I guess that shit. Why won't it scream? I will win. There's no question about that, my friend Ace. I will win. That tree will fucking scream. One way or another. I've seen some Ko-Fi donations here. I better get those so I don't miss the notifications. Dark Duality, thank you for donating to the Ko-Fi very early in the stream while I was ranting. Appreciate ya. So about the static sound and camera demon. He took on 3 while laughing like a maniac, and after that just stood there straightening his coat. Looked me in the eye and just disappeared on the floor. Scary dude, but kind of fascinating. Dark Duality, I'm kind of concerned for your well-being. This demon seems to have a particular interest in you. Hasn't exploded you, I noticed. You should be cautious going forward. This could get very dangerous for you. Rose Lady, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a lavender tea on your way past the commissary. Back for a commissary snack and a copy of the Foundation calendar with July Beach Fun Dr. Gears. Oh my gosh. Getting Dr. Gears into a swimsuit at all was a challenge. Thankfully, we had some of those old-timey onesie with the horizontal stripes. It was an incredible experience. And nothing like that stiff upper lip old tool just... Have you got the photo yet? It was great. Chris and Kagate, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Also, Ace, you really like Subnautica, and I don't know how. That game is fucking terrifying. But then again, I don't like the idea of drowning, so I just don't like that. And just seeing if anyone knows this, cogito ergo sum, I think, therefore I am, fill the blank chat. Well, the Allied Master Computer is in the chat, so we are well aware of the end of your trivia question, yes. Rose Lady, Dr. Gears is fit. Really? Is he a fit bird, is he? I never considered him like that, but then again, it's not my way. Chasing Dreams, thank you for donating another 10 memberships to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. Our ranks against the battle of those white names. is getting stronger every day for your service. Thank you for rising our ranks to win this battle. The white names will never succeed. Make sure you thank Chasing Dreams for their generosity if you got one of those memberships. Colored Marker System Oliver, thank you for donating again. I was making a reference and was thinking, how would you contain Cecil and the rest of Night Vale from the podcast Welcome to Night Vale? Cecil and his cohort are pretty easy to contain because they only hang out in Night Vale and the other town, Desert Sands, Desert Bluffs. And their radio signals don't travel far enough to get to any civilization, really. So we just keep a perimeter, and it's pretty easy to contain their wild bullshit. Ugh. Dark Duality, thank you for donating twice again. Gave me Hellraiser vibe though. I don't know. Oh, was the Hellraiser from the demon that you were talking about and asked me to check your Ko-Fi? Yes. So, Hellraiser. Okay, that's outside of anything that I thought you were talking about. That's a lot more dire. I was thinking more like Alistair the Radio Demon Jolly Monster. Hellraiser's a lot scarier? Okay. Yes, then you need to get to a containment cell. And you need to wait there as bait, I'm sorry, but as bait, to get the entity to come to you so we can lock it down. Ace, thank you for donating again to say Subnautica gave you trauma. Well, that's why I don't want to play it. All right, making sure all of my chats are refreshed because we're now caught up. Can SCP-096 scare the tree that screams? Intern Chris, unfortunately, the tree doesn't have eyes, so it can't activate 09. What if we carve eyes onto the tree? What if we carve eyes onto the tree? Could it see 096? Could that be the thing that terrifies it enough to scream before 096 shreds it, which we can't happen because then we can't test it on it anymore, so unfortunately not a viable plan, I'm sorry. Didn't we try carving trees on the eyes on the tree already? No, Intern Bowers. We carved a mouth on the tree so it would have a place to scream from. That didn't work either. How big is each site by cubic meters? Intern person. How would I know that? Where would that be listed? Where would you find that data? You tell me where to find the data and I'll collate it. But you can't because that data isn't anywhere. Who's keeping track of that? What are you talking about? Get good. Color Marker System Oliver, thank you for donating again. How would the tree react to 7-2? Nice. This tree. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. The Ethics Committee and the O5 Council have testing that thing with 4521 in a deadlock vote that they won't approve or deny. So I'm just stuck here waiting for getting an answer of whether I can use it or not. I refuse to believe records wouldn't have the site blueprints and therefore have the answer. Are we here? Are we here? Do we diffuse the situation. Okay. Pardon. As I was saying, Titanborn, we are constantly building on additions to our site. Even if the data for the blueprints is dated, it will constantly be being refreshed. We can't estimate that because it's constantly shifting. Hell, try to get the Surrealistics department to give you measurements. I'll wait. Ace, thank you for donating again. How would the Foundation contain the Subnautica Leviathans, including mods? You activated the ADHD Goblin boss. Subnautica has a hyperfixation. Well, we would do the same thing we do with SCP-169, literally codenamed Leviathan. We have to patrol it with boats, make sure no one gets near it. That's about all we can do with something that large and aquatic. Lucas, Dude Mandar, Aaron, and Slayton. Welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Let us all pray the mod prayer. 343. Please pray for the soul of this spammer and guide Desk's pimp hand and make it strong, Lord, so that it might learn a spammer's place. Glory to Desk. Amen. Good call, Billy the Go-Goat. We have to empower our desk from time to time. That mahogany is not going to shine itself. Oliver, thank you for donating again. I, at the moment, have 7-2. No. Four counts out. Four counts in. Have that thing. I could just walk up to the tree with it in my bag. I take it everywhere with me. The security processes protecting 4521 will not let you anywhere near that thing with contraband. Do not take that thing to its containment cell without Overseer and Ethics Committee approval. You will be shot. It will not be clean. I do not want that for you. So is stronger SCP-096 regeneration or the peanut? Intern Chris. While the peanut has no regeneration to speak of, it also doesn't have eyes, which means 096 doesn't activate to attack it. So even if 096 could fight through concrete, which it can, it wouldn't attack 173, meaning it would just get continually snapped until it eventually died. Easy one. Puppet Boy, thank you for donating for the first time today, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a marmalade for your toast. The tree regens, remember? Let 096 have at it. Hey, it regens to a point. 096 might go a little hog wild. I don't know that it could regenerate from that. Could be too far. Don't want to risk it. Intern Ruffles and Sansvids, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Ace, thank you for donating again. By the way, the Gargantuan Leviathan Juvenile can use a spaceship a quarter of Site 42 with ease. jump over 100,000 miles in the air, and is Apex class. Are you sure about that? That sounds like you're exaggerating. 100,000 miles. It is only 6,200 miles to the Earth's atmosphere. It is 100,000? You're counting wrong, Ace. You're counting wrong. I mean meters. Thank you. You mean meters, not miles. Thank you. What the hell? Come on. Siren Head Short had me dying. Good to hear it, intern Bubba. I hope you guys got that thing in containment at least. What is your opinion on Mallow? Intern Kid, stop downloading that stupid app to your phone, and we won't have any problems. Also, for all of you out there with this inclination, it is intangible and incorporeal. You can't touch it, let alone fuck it. Stop trying. We do not fraternize with the anomalies. Whoa, you're that science guy. I am, in fact, that science guy. Unless that science guy you're thinking of is Bill Nye, the science guy. I am not in fact, that science guy. But I am a different science guy. Why all are nerds here? Intern caution. You're in a chat regarding the SCP Foundation. What do you mean, why are all the nerds here? How could all the nerds not be here? What are you saying? Think before you talk. Common sense. They said we, not why. Oh, okay. I misread. I apologize for this very rare and small occasion that I was wrong. A intensely rare and small situation indeed, which is why I am the site director, because I'm in charge of this place, and the only mistakes I make are that small. Chasing Dreams, thank you for donating again. Doc, I'm making my rounds for food. Want anything? I can come over to give it. You know, honestly, I had some good snacks while I was going over the anthology articles, so I could probably just use a plant-based protein shake. Let's just go with simple nutrients. Keep it easy. CTT, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a jellied donut on your way past the commissary. And since you didn't send a message with your donation, just simply thank you for your generosity. Dark Duality, you sent me a dono, thank you, to say another Ko-Fi about the anthology. Hopping over the Ko-Fi to refresh it. Huh. I don't see one. I will close the tab and reopen it. Desk, if you can go to the Ko-Fi and get this, maybe it'll show up on your screen. Wait, maybe you said something in there that is censored and I have to go to a different menu. Yeah, it's censoring your message. Yeah, to the Demon Eye thing. Thank you for donating the Ko-Fi. I'm sorry that it censored what you said. Yeah, to the Demon Eye thing. Apparently the succubi were conscious under the full thing, and even tied up so they didn't go limp. Ew, times infinity. Oh, no. I mean, I knew that, but I didn't want to think about it again. Dark duality, why? I mean, yeah, totally, for sure. Yeah, I think it probably censored the succubi reference. So yes, dark duality. Stay in that containment cell. Trap the entity. I don't care if it is kind of hot, temperature or attractiveness size. Lock it down. Ace, thank you for donating again. Detecting multiple Leviathan-class life forms in the region. Are you certain whatever you're doing is worth it? Probably not, but we got to contain those things one way or another. Rose Lady, thank you for donating another donation on the Ko-Fi, especially possibly on your way out for the evening. Need to crash for the night. Praise be to Desk. Also question, are the Serpent's Hand or Sarkics associated with the memory go bye-bye sea snake? To my knowledge, neither the Serpent's Hand or the Sarkics are related to SCP-3000. But I can definitely check its tails on the SCP series page. So in case you have an SCP you like and you want to know more about it, you can go to a page called the series page. And now we're in SCP series 4, which is the 3000s. And you see SCP-3000 here. But what if I hit this tail edition button? Now it shows all the tails that have SCP-3000 in it. And so I'm going to point out, I don't see anything here relating to the SCP, Serpent's Hand, or Sarkics, but this is called Bigger Than Jesus. And what do you mean 9 tails from the Cataverse? We are not doing the Cat Made Waifu stream yet. We do not have enough channel members. We had a goal. We had a rule. No. What do you mean 9 tails from the Cataverse? No cat-made waifus allowed. Chasing Dreams, thank you for donating again. Throws drink at you. Okay, I'm going back to on my containment. Bye. Good to know. Why Not Guitar? Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a plant-based protein shake on your way past the commissary. Hope things are well. It's been a bit. Quick question. Can we admit the sentient Gundam model to the shop project? Not sure what its number is, but has spirit and willingness to help. I need you to put it through a on-site therapist interview first. It's still a relatively new anomaly, so we can't necessarily judge its loyalty to the Foundation yet. We need to get a good interview first. Gannick and Sin, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Puppet Boy, thank you for donating again. But if we are nerds, then who's flying the plane? Listen, this is not the universe where Site 42 is a Zeppelin in a steampunk universe, okay? That is a completely different universe. No one is flying this containment site. The containment site that's being flown is completely elsewhere, and we don't talk about them. Not after the incident. Ace, thank you for donating again. Distant Reaper Leviathan roars. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Gets yelled at by wife for screaming at 4:53 in the AM. This quote was said and acted by Ace. Based. Well, I'm going to warn you. Waking up the missus with loud noises usually either leads to sleeping on the couch or containment breaches. No in between. Be careful. CTT, thank you for your 6-month member message. The Mobile Task Force Captain here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service, especially the excellent fighting you've done to help us win the battle against the White Names. Wishing you all well at Site 42. What are your feelings on Dr. Bob? Personally, I think he's anomalous. Well, Dr. Bob is one of the least egregious of the content farms. And so I'm not as mad as him as I am at the others like Detective Void or the Rubber who have retired because that's how little they cared about the Foundation community. Hashtag, I'm not sorry, they were kind of jerks. Dr. Bob is not nearly as bad as them, but I still have critiques. But you know, we're an arts community. We all have critiques. It's not out of hand to have those. And if they improve their quality of work and storytelling and animation along the way, I will continue as they do to cheerlead them for doing better and better work. SCP-096 versus SCP-3008, who wins? Intern Mandar. You're asking about SCP-096 fighting a building. An infinite building. What do you mean? What do you mean? By the way, Site 42 staff, we are currently 11 minutes from the end of stream. 11 minutes. No, the person one. What do you mean, the person one? SCP-3008 is the infinite IKEA. Are you talking about the IKEA employees? The 3008-2s? Because in that case, I mean, they don't have eyes, so they can't really see 096, so there wouldn't be a fight, because 096 would get torn apart by the -2s. Unless they had some sort of echolocation Daredevil style that made them see at a level that saw 096's face in a way that would cause it to attack. But we're not putting 096 into the IKEA because it would eventually get out, and that would be a waste of resources. No, we're not testing that. Rebel Commander, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a cupcake on your way past the commissary. Incident of that steampunk ship sounds sick. Captain Sherman knows what he did. And if he wants to apologize, I'm all ears. But until then, our buckles are unfortunately going to have to go unswashed. End of story. Ace, thank you for donating again. You are never a true Subnautica fan if you didn't cry during the Sea Emperor's speech. I will have to ask my Subnautica player friends about that to see if that's true. CTT, Desk has informed me that you are the chatter formerly known as Craig Thomas Taylor. Welcome back, and yes, the usernames being swapped in the chat have made life a lot more difficult for all of us, but good to see you back around. Annoying that YouTube has changed all the display names on us. Foxtrot, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself some red vines on your way past the commissary. Not the candy. No, there's an anomalous forest where the plant life is all candy, like in Willy Wonka's factory, except the little animals there are very aggressive. You have to be very careful if farming there. Those D-class won't need those limbs, and then the next text we put them in, I'm sure. But yes, enjoy the literal vine of red. So Doc, why'd you send us to Alaska? We're Trench Warfare Specialist Mobile Task Force. It's fucking freezing. Yes. And the trenches are still in the tundra. You need to make trenches for the warfare in the Alaskan tundra. That is the plan for the battle against the white names in the land of white. Rebel Commander, thank you for donating again. But I don't know what he did. What did he do? Tell me. It's going to be a long time. And a lot of time with the on-site therapist before I'm willing to talk about the way Captain Sherman betrayed us all. You handsome but treacherous devil. Ace, thank you for donating again. What's the funniest moment you nearly broke or did character for? Well, I would love to hear what the Containment Hazard Assessment Team, i.e. chat, thinks are excellent character break moments for Dr. Sherman, just for the funsies of it. But if I had to guess one right off the top of my head, the one that comes to mind is intern computer guy stumping my author, regular Sherman, about the nature of whether or not I am anomalous. That seems like a pretty good attack on my personage, or his personage, so to speak. Shrimpo and Ahmad, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Oopsalong Gate is the best one. Oh, fuck you, Desk. Fuck you right in the cabinet. Titanborn, thank you for your 5-month member message. 5 months. It's been a pleasure, Dr. Shermalarkey. Thank you for your service. Cyan Dog, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a parfait on your way past the commissary. Hey Doc, I'm planning to paint my phone case. Should it be aromantic or Billith romantic? Look up if needed. Well, I know what aromantic is, but Billith, that's new to me. Oh, Billith romantic is gay. And by gay, it means you like cuddling and sweet things. Good for you. Well, I'll tell you this, of the two flags, I prefer aromanticism as a flag only because it's green. And that is the Site 42 color schema. But maybe you can alternate pink and green lines and ¿por qué no los dos? Why not both? Foxtrot, thank you for donating again. 10-4, I'll tell this guy, suck it up, we'll hold. Hell yeah, that's what we do here at the Foundation. Dark Duality, thank you for donating again. And the anthology, that was the Hellraiser thing, not Alistair. And the anthology, that was the Hellraiser thing, not Alistair. I thought I understood what you meant before, but now I'm even more confused. Anthology Hellraiser, is that what you're talking about with the, Succubi? Listen, I just want all these things in containment. I don't care what they do, I just want them locked in boxes. Can't we just lock them in boxes? Can't we just lock them in boxes? Dr. Sherman, the other junior staff are pulling my ears. The ones I got for the genetic testing you apparently didn't approve. Well, that's just rude. I mean, why would they pull anyone's ears? That's not cool. It's like bad for you. Well, hit them back. They deserve it. Ace, thank you for donating again. What is the funniest thing you heard on stream? I don't hear a lot on stream because I am in a audiophonics lab that's actually kind of quiet. I guess some of the times that the animals have been really dramatic in the background that you guys can't see off camera, that time, Charlemagne did literally lock me in my office one time. That was very aggressive of him. So that was pretty funny. The funniest thing I've heard on stream is the mental breakdown over the brain fungus. Listen, I was right that there was a fungus hive mind. I just needed to find the right keywords to find it on the database. I'm not crazy. I was right. What is the most powerful SCP? Intern Comads. An easy question if I ever heard one. SCP-6101 is the most powerful SCP, and in fact, its description starts with the exact words. SCP-6101 is the most powerful SCP. So congratulations, now you know. Ace, thank you for donating again to say, I mean through dono. The funniest thing I've ever heard through a donation on stream. I am sorry to say, after having streamed after nearly 7 months daily, a lot of it blurs together and I remember things here and there, but I might be losing my sanity. I can't think of any right now. I apologize. Foxtrot, thank you for donating again. One last thing. Did you ever listen to Corb Lund? I have not. I have been very swamped. I have not listened to a lot of things I wanted to, unfortunately. Both for SCP work and for personal work. You're saying at the Foundation, really? Fair, Billy the Bogoat. And yes, Titanborn, can't lose what you never had. That do be the Foundation life. Dr. Sherman, the likes are more than the viewers. Brave Haven and everyone who has said so before, but I missed you. Yes, the likes are higher than the viewers. Congratulations, Mobile Task Force Side 42 codename Signal Boosters, for successfully hitting that like button. Because of your intrepid heroism, more people will be forced to look into what Site 42 streams are like. And they'll be like, what is the SCP Foundation? I've never heard of this. Is this some like sci-fi thing? And then they'll kind of get interested in a little bit. And then they'll start showing up streams. And then they will start going to help us support the SCP Wiki and its authors, artists, animators, game devs, filmmakers, merch makers, etc., etc. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more. And so, Mobile Task Force Site 42, codename Signal Boosters, thank you for your service and hitting that like button. Thank you for helping the YouTube algorithm learn to bring us more test subjects. Dark Duality, thank you for donating again. Just the way the article looks reminds me of old Hellraiser comics I read once. Oh, okay. Now I am closer to knowing what you're talking about, Dark Duality. So, are you talking about Chrysophyllus as the one that looks like Hellraiser, or which one are you saying looks like Hellraiser? If it's the Chrysophyllus one, then we're on the same page now. If not, then alert me. And with that, Site 42 staff, we are at the end of stream, but we've had so many donos this time that I am quickly going to extend stream to answer at random 5 white name questions. You can still donate during this section, but I will stop after I've answered 5 white name questions. Or green name questions. I just mean chat. White names and green names in chat. Hey Doc, USFS day job, so donos are no-go right now because, you know, yeah, I know. It's the end of stream. I'm not going to get political. I'm not going to do it. Instead, how would you contain Amelia Bedelia? I think we might just perish. I think that might just kill us. Yeah, we don't have an SCP about Amelia Bedelia, and I shudder to think of trying to contain that entity. No, I'm not even dignifying that one. We better not be answering questions for 20 minutes again. Well, you better not come around here with no questions again, am I right? You never know. Have you ever used an SCP to contain other SCPs? Intern Singson. There is a category of SCPs called thaumial SCPs. And thaumial SCPs are anomalies that are used to contain other anomalies or otherwise help the Foundation. So you can check that out on the database. Thaumial is the way to go. You saw nothing. Wait, test subjects? Are we test subjects in some sick experiments? Titanborn. It would be incredibly naive to consider that anybody who works for the Foundation is not also being tested in some way. Just food for thought. Billy the Go-Goat. My eyes are known to be a hazel coloration. I assume this is for art subjects or something. Ace, thank you for donating again. One last thing for the meme. Can you scream as loud as you can to end stream? Well, for the meme, once the credit song ends and we're about to sign off, we will end with a very loud scream. You're welcome, Ace. Dark Duality, thank you for donating again. Yeah, the Marshall one. Pix's story was scarily nostalgic in a Hellraiser way to me. Okay, then yes, I'm glad we're on the same page and that, yeah, I can see that. Woof. Headphone users, be aware. Now that I see you worrying about it in the chat, I will say secure, contain, protect after the credits and then scream. So you will not be surprised. It's after the credit song even. So not the first time I say it. After the credit song. That way you don't miss the credit song. So do you have like a big old meeting with site directors? Well, intern caution, the site directors council does have to get together once in a while. After all, the 04 council has to answer to the 05 council. And the 05s on their big mountaintop don't often get the same information that we do here closer to the ground. So we have to negotiate situations sometimes, that's all. Ace, thank you for donating again to say, let's fucking go to the scream you started. Okay, yes. Wait, there's different levels of O councils? Well, there's only the 05, the overseers, and then the 04, which is the site directors council. Other than that, there's not 03, 02, 01. And in fact, 04 council is a little bit of a casual statement in some circles. Dark Duality, thank you for donating, but by the way, how is your gargle? I'll have you know my gargle. I cannot wait to see what you are all talking about. I'm going to be horrified to see what is in the Discord server after we sign off. Yes, Dark Duality, my gargles are well within regulation now, post-karaoke. Thank you for donating again. And Ace, thank you for donating again to reference the first dono you left on this channel. As an Easter egg, a chat Easter egg. Mobile Task Force Alpha 1, thank you for donating as well as being a member. Grab yourself some libations at the commissary as we try to end this stream. Noel, thank you for donating again for the first time in today's stream to ask if the SCPs got me. No, they just hacked the signal of the stream for a second and we fixed it, damn it. Okay. Site 42 staff, we made it into the stream. Well after the end of the stream. And as I always do, I tell you my favorite SCPs, which aren't my favorite SCPs because that would be cheating. But if you want to read the SCPs I wrote, you can go to the Sherm's author page in Site 42 Hub on the SCP Wiki. There you can see the SCPs I wrote. You can see what I did voice lines for or sound effects. And while you're there enjoying my cadre of SCPs, you can also go one tab over to find some links. Links that people are very often very interested in finding, but they just don't look hard enough. So make sure you're not one of them. Make sure that you saw nothing except finding those links. And so, while you're looking at those links, you can become a Site 42 Patreon patron or channel member to donate to us monthly. You can do Ko-Fis or Super Chats to donate to us one donation at a time. Either way, direct donations are the easiest way to help us out, so we appreciate you helping us keep the lights on. Meanwhile, if you are part of the Broke Gang, trust me, we're an arts community. Starving artists are a thing we are well aware of. But as long as you are still here, watching our videos and commenting, watching our streams and chatting, liking, sharing, subscribing, all that YouTube business, you are a monster, excellent, valued and honorable, epic level member of Mobile Task Force Site 42, codename Sigma Boosters. And because of your help, you help Site 42 to grow in the algorithm. We bring people into the stream. They go, what the hell is going on here? The SCP Foundation? That's so crazy. This guy's going to explain it to me. I guess I'll stick around. And then they help us by becoming members of the SCP community to support the SCP Wiki and its authors, artists, animators, game devs, filmmakers, merch makers, etc. And so, because of that, we are able to support bigger and better SCP projects of all kinds. Amazon and Netflix will never touch SCP because of the Creative Commons. Many people won't. But we can start a new paradigm of artistic merit by doing the indie scene. And so Site 42's Mobile Task Force Site 42, the Sigma Boosters, thank you for your service. And Kirby, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Site 42 staff. And Ace, thank you for donating again to try not to wake your wife up by laughing. Please do not cause your wife pain. It will cause you pain in the future. Do your best for that. Now, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on that last one. Bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999-304-3008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5175-5220, content warning on the last one is a rough read. Woo! Site 42 staff. I have been Dr. Theron Sherman. This has been another After Hours at Site 42, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast of Site 42. Hope you had fun. Hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. See you in the next video or stream. This was a triumph. I'm making a note here. Huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. And the science gets done and you make a neat gun for the people who are still alive. The credit song is Still Alive by GLaDOS and Jonathan Coulton. Be safe, be well, Site 42 staff. Especially from any incoming screams. Secure. Contain. Protect. Ah! I'm glad it was worth it, Ace.